A crisp October morning at Lowe's Lake. Fog rising off the water as the sun climbs above the trees and warms the surface. It's easy to imagine that you've been transported to a lake many hundreds of miles to the north, somewhere in the vast Canadian Boreal forest. The northwestern flow of the Adirondacks, shedding the Racket and Oswegatchie rivers, has that feel, the southern outpost of the Great North Woods. The landscape of Lowe's Lake, the Bog River Flow Complex, as DEC has poetically called it, was sculpted by glaciers and scoured by water. Bogs formed in the outwash formations where rainfall and seepage are the primary movers of water. Plants decompose slowly there, forming peat. This is an acidic, nutrient-poor environment populated by specialized plants, an environment that holds back the ever-encroaching forest. Two dams, built in the first decade of the 1900s by A. Lowe, impounded a large lake where a cluster of smaller ponds and swamps previously existed. Lowe dreamed of a forest products empire, and the dams would store water and provide hydropower to make it go. Just as it was all coming together, Lowe's dream went up in smoke in the Great Fires of 1903 and 1908. More recently, both dams have been rebuilt by New York State, cementing the lake's future. Paddlers, and there are a fair number of them, start at the lower dam, cruising the lower flow to Hitchens Pond, and then carrying their boats around the upper dam. Beyond that, nothing but scenery slows their progress. Well, almost nothing. A half-mile above the upper dam, you come to the infamous floating bog mat. The entire flow of the river passes underneath this spongy and muddy mat of intertwined growth, a small piece of the larger formations still present in the lake beyond. Floating mats ringed the original ponds, and some parts broke free or were surrounded by rising waters as the lake filled. They now represent a fascinating environment, seen to this extent in few other places. Passing this way, you might be surprised to find that the upper dam can actually be reached by road. Going back to the 1960s, the Boy Scouts ran a summer camp on a parcel located on the northeastern shore of Lowe's Lake, and the private road provides access. However, like many other Boy Scout camps across the region, this one has closed. In early 2025, the Open Space Institute announced plans to purchase the parcel with the goal of transferring it to the state for inclusion in the forest preserve. At the far western end of Lowe's Lake, 14 miles from the put-in at the lower dam, you gain entry to the heart of the Five Ponds Wilderness area. The Five Ponds is famous for its large stands of spruce, pine, and hardwoods that were never logged. The Oswegatchie River Carry Trail, 3 miles to the headwaters of the Oswegatchie River, provides access to some of the wildest country in the eastern United States. Lowe's Lake is spectacular, but is it wilderness? Given the dams and roads and inholdings, you might wonder. For me, it actually doesn't matter. Bears and moose in solitude are found, even where loggers and Boy Scouts are not far away. This mix of public and private, wild and tamed, makes Lowe's Lake a quintessential Adirondack experience.